Marcus Rogers. Exposed. Do you know what a subliminal image is? If so, please listen up. And if you don't know what a subliminal image is, please listen up. What is a subliminal image? Have you ever heard of the phrase hiding in plain sight? This is what a subliminal image is. Something that is right before your eyes, yet placed in such a way that you do not see it. Every day our senses are being constantly bombarded by subliminal messages that are found in TV, movies, social media, and advertisements. The subliminal messages we are subject to are unrecognizable by the conscious mind and only recognizable in our subconscious mind. The messages and imagery are passively absorbed and then stored in our subconscious mind, where propagandas deliberately implant artificial thoughts, which in turn can affect our actions and attitudes later in life. Experiments have shown less than 1 minute after the viewer begin to watch television, the brain switches from beta level consciousness associated with active and logical thoughts to alpha level, which is associated with passive acceptance suggestibility. This is why advertisers spend billions of dollars a year on commercials as well as product placement. Billions each year because it goes undetected and they know it works. This is why the Illuminati assault the subconscious mind through subliminals. The subconscious mind picks everything up like a sponge. And this is why Satan targets this part of the brain. He keeps it there 100. But the Most High is exposing it today. So when I show you the demonic hiding in a picture, just know it is there in a subliminal form to get into your subconscious mind. It does not matter if the narrative is good or bad, truth or lie, right or wrong. The subconscious mind will accept it as truth. Once in your subconscious mind, it will accept it as truth. Therefore, put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The original Greek meaning for the word wiles is to lie in wait, trickery. Subliminal images hide in plain sight to trick you into submission. So when I show you the demonic hiding in a picture, just know it is there in a subliminal form to get into your subconscious mind. Now, with all that being said, let's jump into the video. Marcus Rogers. Exposed. Fort Campbell soldier, Muslim convert drowns. minutes after Marcus Rogers baptized him. Marcus Rogers performed an unauthorized baptism which resulted in the death of Dayful Ali. It is said at some point after the baptism, Ali was swept away in a swift current and drowned on July 8, 2016. Marcus Rogers was under investigation for the drowning of Dayful Ali, but was found innocent, completely exonerated of all charges. Afterwards, Marcus Rogers set up a GoFundMe page to help Ali's family, but within days was changed to focus on Marcus's ministry needs instead. Yeshua has said, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known." Whatever is done in the dark will come to light. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed is the word. It is a obligatory command by the Most High, in which the powers that be have no other choice but to obey. There are several demonic subliminal images in these pictures, but we are going to focus on this image here. Do you see the subliminal image of Baal? He is watching the baptism take place. I have darkened the picture some to bring out the demonic subliminal image of Baal more clearly. Baal is located in the water to the left of Marcus Rogers. He looks a lot like Casper the Friendly Ghost. I will outline Baal with my mouse to bring out the demonic. Okay, you guys, I want to bring out the subliminal image of Baal. Do you see the profile of this face here? You see that? You see his right eye. You can see the pupil is looking up in the corner because it is looking at this baptism here. And you see the left eye. And you can see the pupil right here. You can actually see the eyebrow of Baal. And you can see his little mouth right here. The top part of his head is shaded in black or a dark gray here. And it comes all the way up to a point. You see that? And you can always identify Baal here by his pointy hat. And he has a little ball at the top of his hat. So you see this face here, okay? They put the subliminal picture image of Baal right here in the water. And Baal is looking in the corner of his eye, and he is looking at the baptism. And once again, you can see the shady dark part up here that comes to a point. And this subliminal image here, right eye, left eye, and his little mouth, and you can see his little jaw kind of right here, his little jaw, and his neck. So this is a subliminal image of Baal, and it's right here in front of you guys, okay? And this is what I'm saying, hiding in plain sight. Most of you, when you looked at this picture, you just basically saw Roger Marcus and Dayful Ali getting ready to get baptized. So you didn't see this subliminal image of Baal here because you are just looking at this part here with your conscious mind, but this right here went directly into your subconscious mind. Have no doubts about that. Okay, let's continue. People, this is spiritual You are looking directly into the spirit realm, made possible by the use of subliminal images. The Most High is showing you what took place here at this baptism. I mean, have you ever heard of anyone drowning at their own baptism? People, this was a blood sacrifice to Baal. Performed by Marcus Rogers. And the Most High is exposing Marcus today. People, we are living in a Baal system, and Baal has a lot of bad boys. Baal is an old ancient demonic deity in which the Canaanites and the Amorites and oftentimes the children of Israel did worship. Today, Baal is very much alive in our society. This demon has gone nowhere, and many are a part of the Baal system. Baal in the Bible days was worshipped in two different forms, in the form of a bull and also in the form of a man. Baal is nothing more than a representation of Satan, and many are sold out to this demonic spirit Baal for fame, riches, and prosperity on all levels. Here on Marcus Rogers' album cover, Deeper Waters, the worship of Baal is taking place. Here, Marcus Rogers is submerged underwater, as if he is drowning. Here on this album cover, Deeper Waters, is an actual reenactment of a blood sacrifice being played out. Marcus Rogers has his right hand extended as if he is laying his hand on someone to pray for them. There is a subliminal image of a man's face directly under Marcus Rogers' hand. Here is the subliminal image of the man's face under Marcus's hand. I have enlarged image and placed two white dots for eyes for easy location of face. Marcus Rogers is baptizing this individual in the water. This is why Marcus is in deep waters. Well, Marcus is not only in deep waters with this subliminal man's face, but he is also in deep waters with the Most High too. Notice the four white-looking bubbles that are raised above Marcus's head. These four white bubbles are actually the heads of four white men. All four heads represent the Illuminati. They are looking directly at Marcus Rogers. I have enlarged the four white men that are looking directly at Marcus Rogers, performing the sacrifice. People, these are subliminal images designed by the powers that be. They are only showing you what they are doing with Marcus because they are mandated to do so by Yeshua, the Christ. And so they obey using subliminal images. The Illuminati have absolutely no loyalty for Marcus Rogers. If they have to be exposed following a mandate of the Most High, so will Marcus Rogers be exposed too. Subliminal images are a crafty device. They are a dark technique used greatly by Satan. Billions are spent on them each and every year in all genres. Hiding in plain sight are the laid out plans of the enemy, and many do not detect them. But because Yeshua has said whatever is done in the dark will come to light, the devil has to obey, and he obeys by the use of subliminals. He arrogantly puts it front and center right in your face in a subliminal image. And the Most High blesses some to see, so that they may expose and break it down for others to see as well. People, what is taking place here on Marcus Rogers' album cover is the reenactment of the blood sacrifice of deity. Baal was known as a fertility god that gave prosperity, riches, and fame to those that serve him. And you wonder why Marcus Rogers is so popular on many social medias. Marcus Rogers has paid his dues and blood. Now, do you see the bull which represents Baal? He is also watching Marcus Rogers give the blood sacrifice. Here he is. You can see Baal's right and left eye. You can also see Baal's nose and mouth area and his right horn. The spirit of Baal is present for the blood sacrifice of deity. Okay, people, we're going to look at this subliminal image here of the spirit Baal, the Baal bull here. Okay, you can see his right eye and his left eye. You can see his nose area here, and this is little muzzle area. So this is his nose, and this area right here is, you can see his mouth. Okay, and then you can also see Baal's right horn. You see there? That's a subliminal right horn. So this image, subliminal image of Baal, is placed here because of what Marcus Rogers is doing. So not only are the Illuminatis, these four heads, these are white men, overlooking this sacrifice, But the sacrifice is being made to Baal. So he, of course, is overlooking the sacrifice as well. And they want you to know this. They want you to know what took place at this baptism. So they are mandated by the Most High to put this stuff in here. So you can see Baal here. It's not going to be crystal clear like this, or else it would not be a subliminal image. Okay? So once again, you see Baal's right eye, his left eye, his nose, his mouth right here, and you can see his right horn. And he is here grabbing up all the shine that he can, because he is being honored by Marcus Rogers. People, the Most High is exposing many because he is cleaning his house of wolves and sheep's clothing. Marcus Rogers is a wolf in sheep's clothing and is leading many to hell with him. People, do you think Satan is good at deceiving? Newsflash, he is kingpin all day long. Proof of that is Marcus Rogers. Marcus Rogers, you might fool the people, but you don't fool the Most High. You are completely on his hit list. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. The name of Marcus Rogers' book is Through the Fire to Be on Fire. But what is this? It appeared to be Jesus on the cross, but not in the proper position. I will flip the image upside down to see what is there. Okay, people, so here's the original book, Through the Fire to Be on Fire. So we're going to bring it on out. So this is right side up, and as you can see this image here, right there, you guys, this is exactly what this is. Okay? So this image here represents Jesus, and he doesn't give him any eyes, but I want the Most High to see this, so let's give him some eyes. And once again, this image here is exactly what this image is here, minus the 2 eyeballs that I gave him. Okay? So when you flip it upside down, you get this image here. And you can clearly see that right here, people. You see that? You see this image at the bottom? This is exactly what this is. You got this creature here, and you have this man here. And this creature here represents the Baphomet. And this man here with the beard represents Marcus Rogers. So you have Marcus Rogers and the Baphomet at the bottom here. Upside down, this is what it is, people, right here. It's the same image, I just placed eyeballs on it. You see that? And then you have this image of Jesus. You have him right here. Okay? So what this is showing you is as above, so below. This is exactly what it's showing you, people. As above, so below. Once again, as above, so below. Do know that this is exactly what the Baphomet, aka Satan, is saying with his hand gesture. As above, so below. Marcus Rogers is obsessed with the Baphomet, aka Satan. As above, so below. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers is on fire. Here is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. Okay, people, I'm going to bring out this subliminal image that the powers that be, the Illuminati, has placed here on Marcus Rogers' album, and it's called Open Heavens. So the first thing I'm going to do is outline the Baphomet's face. There you go. And so as you guys look closely, you can see the Baphomet's left eye here. You can see the white of his eye, and you can see this round black pupil. And over here you can see his right eye, but there's no pupil there. So I'm going to drop in a black pupil to make him that much more visible. There you go. So you can see his left eye, his right eye. And then this line here, people, represents the nose. You see that? It represents the nose of the Baphomet. And then this next line here represents the mouth of the Baphomet. And as you go down further, you see this line here, and it is forming the shape of an upside down triangle, which represents the goatee of the Baphomet. If you notice that the Baphomet has an upside down goatee here, and you can see that it is forming a goatee, but they just cut off the image here. So I'm going to add a goatee, and there you go. You see the left eye, the right eye, the nose, the mouth, and the goatee of the Baphomet. Once again, that's the left eye, right eyes, nose, mouth, and goatee of the Baphomet. Okay, also I want to bring to your attention is that Marcus Rogers' back is turned towards us, and he is looking out like he's looking up in the sky or something. But anyway, his back is turned towards us, and that represents the container. You see this container here, people? This container represents the back. Marcus Rogers' back, I should say, represents the container of the Baphomet. And you see this part up here, people? This is fire. This is fire up here. The Baphomet always has fire. So the container housed the fire of the Baphomet. So Marcus Rogers' back represents the container, and his head represents the fire. You see that, you guys? Once again, you see the Baphomet, left eye, right eye, nose, mouth, goatee. Marcus Rogers sits at the top of the head of the Baphomet. His back represents the container that housed the fire of the Baphomet. So this is a very strong indication as to where Marcus Rogers got his name for his church. Firehouse. So once again, people, you see this part here. I want to say a little bit something about his little logo here. You see this area right here, and it slopes down, and it comes back down. Once again, it goes up, and it slopes, and it comes back down here. This is the container, people. This is what this thing is right here. This is the container. This is what this is right here, the container. And the container housed the fire. So you see all this red fire coming up. So this is the container of the Baphomet. That's exactly what this is. It's a subliminal image of the container that housed the fire of the Baphomet. And also, you see these lines here that come to a sharp point on both sides. They come out and it comes to a sharp point. That represents the horns of the Baphomet. It's right here before you guys. I mean, it's right here plain as day. If I was not gifted to be able to see this, then I guess I wouldn't see it, but the Lord has blessed me to be able to see this, and He has me sharing it with others to open up other people's eyes so they are not deceived. Once again, this area here, going up, sloping down, and coming down, represents the container, people. The container that housed the fire. You see this up here? It's letting you know exactly what's going on. And then your pointed lines here represents the horn. Marcus Rogers said fire, his church is called Firehouse. Through the fire to be on fire. So Marcus has to go through the Baphomet to be on fire. It is through the Baphomet does one become on fire, where Marcus Rogers is concerned. Marcus Rogers is a devil. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers says, men of God lead the way. Corny Christianity is over with. We are going to push and preach the kingdom, and we will do it with boldness. Corny Christianity is over with. We are going to push and preach the kingdom. So what is Marcus Rogers pushing with? And what kingdom is he referring to? People, please pay attention to what is being said to you. Marcus Rogers is sending you a subliminal message with this image here. Pay attention to this individual here. Notice the individual in the center. He is wearing a Chicago Bulls cap. The bull cap represents the spirit of Baal. This demonic spirit, Baal, is the pushing power behind Marcus's ministry. Also notice this same individual is throwing up the Baphomet horns. He does this right out in the open, front and centered, letting you know who he is down with. He is down with the Baphomet and Baal. Do know that the Baphomet and Baal are nothing more than a representation of Satan. Notice the individual that stands in front of the picture that is hanging on the wall. It is giving him the illusion that he has white wings of an angel. So you guys see this picture here that is hanging on the wall, and he is standing in front of it. And if you see these little white jetted out images, it gives the impression that they are wings of an angel, which makes him like an angel of light here. Okay? And that's done on purpose. And below we have two individuals. that have positioned their hands as if they are praying. The white wings are a subconscious image, and the hand prayer posture is a conscious image. They are both there to seduce you into submission to the spirit of Baal and the Baphomet. The spirit of Baal and the Baphomet is present to seduce you. While Marcus Rogers stands like an angel in white. This image is targeting your subconscious mind. The powers that be want you to receive the Baphomet and Baal as your God too. Angel of Light, Marcus Rogers, is leading many to hell. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Here, Marcus Rogers is telling you what he really feels about you. He is giving you the birdie for real. Mr. Beep You. Marcus Rogers is a big fat Mr. Devil. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers cannot get enough of the Baphomet's funky stuff. Marcus Rogers says, the fire is coming for all of us. There is no escape. I hope you're ready. Marcus Rogers is making reference to the Baphomet, aka Satan, to which he serves. What do you think Marcus Rogers is holding in his left hand? Marcus Rogers is holding the container that housed the fire of the Baphomet. Remember, Marcus Rogers' church is called Firehouse. And now you know why. What the subliminal image is showing you is Firehouse Church house the fire of the Baphomet. Marcus Rogers is glorifying the Baphomet, aka Satan, busted Big D. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers is an enemy of the cross. Marcus Rogers stands in front of the demonic. I'm going to darken this image to bring out the demonic. Notice the cross in the background. There is a man hanging from the cross face forward with a noose around the back of his neck. Okay, you guys, you see this cross here? You see that cross? Okay, it's right here. And here is the face of the gentleman and this noose going around his neck. I will place 2 black dots for eyes and a line for the mouth for clarification. Okay, so I just dropped in the left and the right eye and a little line for the mouth. And you can see this shaded area here, which represents his hair. So his head is turned to the side in this position. Once again, you can see this white vine here, which represents a noose. You can see his left arm. You can see the back of his back, his buttock area, his left leg, and his right leg. So they have Yeshua, the Christ, face forward on this cross, and they're hanging him by a noose. You see there? Once again, here's his face. Here's the cross right here. Here's his face. His head is tilted to the left. And you see this white rope here that represents a noose. And you can see his left arm. You can see his back area. You can see his buttocks area, his left leg, and his right leg. And Marcus is standing right here in front of this diabolical scene here, and he is standing right here in front of it because he wants to represent the powers that be, the Illuminati, in a very good way. This is how he gets paid, and he's very disrespectful to the Most High, very disrespectful. Also notice the subliminal image of the Baphomet on Marcus's right side. You can see his right and left eye and also his mouth. So you guys, if you look over here, this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. Now it's not going to be crystal clear, or else it would not be a subliminal image. This is a subliminal image designed to get into your subconscious mind. So you can see his left eye, his right eye, his mouth. You can see his right horn, his left horn here, and this center area right here is the container that houses the fire of the Baphomet. I would drop in a set of eyes over the already existing eyes for more clarification. So there you go. Once again, I drop in the left eye, the right eye, and here's the mouth area. Here is the right horn, the left horn, and this center part right here is the container that houses the fire of the Baphomet. I will also drop in the fire that is housed in the container of the Baphomet. Once again, this is a subliminal image of the Baphomet. Left eye, right horn, left horn, and the container that houses the fire of the Baphomet. And you can see his mouth area here as well. So Marcus Roger sits between the Baphomet and disrespecting the Most High, Jesus, the Most High's Son, Jesus, on the cross, and he's proud about it. The Baphomet. Marcus Rogers is an enemy of the cross. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. The name of Marcus Rogers' album here is called Heavenly Places, COVID-19. There are a boatload of the demonic going on here. I will darken picture to bring out the demonic. Marcus Rogers' world. Rabbits almost always symbolize prosperity, abundance, good luck, fertility, and mind control. In occult symbolism, white rabbits lead the subjects to an alternate reality, like the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. Okay, people, I'm going to bring out the demonic here where Marcus Rogers stands in. And there is so many demonic entities here on this page that it is just mind-blowing. First of all, I want to bring out this white rabbit that Marcus Rogers stands between this white rabbit's legs. So you see this figure right here, people? And you can see like a big floppy ear here and then another big floppy ear here. This is a subliminal image, so please keep that in mind. So this is his right eye and his left eye. And so what I'm going to do is drop in 2 eyeballs. There you go. And then here's the point of the rabbit's nose. You can see his nose. So this is a rabbit. And this is his right leg here. You see here, people? This is his right leg. And this is his foot coming out on the other side. And Marcus Rogers stands in between this rabbit's legs. And this rabbit is on her back. And so it kind of looks like this picture here as you see this woman here that's on her back. And this gentleman here is between her legs. That's exactly what you have going on here with Marcus and this white rabbit. The white rabbit represents the woman. This is the rabbit's face, the ears up here. And then this is his right leg. And his foot coming out on the other side. And Marcus stands in between this rabbit that is laying on her back. And as you see this gentleman here standing up, that's the exact position of Marcus. So once again, here's the rabbit, here's her right leg, here's her foot coming out on the other side, and Marcus Rogers stands in between the legs of this rabbit here. Okay, then also I've put in a lot of eyeballs for all the demonic that are here to make it more clearly for you guys to see. So I started off with this particular little entity here. As you can see, I put 2 little eyeballs here, and you can see this demon here. You can see his nostrils, you can see his right and his left nostril, and then you can see his mouth area. But all eyes, once again, all eyes are on this woman here. You see her? And you can see her nose, and it goes down. You see her mouth area, and then her chin. And this is a woman here. And I don't know if this is Ishtar or what she is, goddess of the moon or goddess of the sun. I'm not exactly sure who she is, but all eyes are on her. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in 2 eyes for her. You see her right there, you guys? She is right there. And as you can see, this demonic bull-looking entity, he is looking directly at her. And Marcus Rogers has his lips pursed as if to want to give her a kiss. You see that, you guys? And then we have this creature. You see this one here? His right and left eye. I'm sorry, left and right eye. And you can see his nose area. And if you notice, you guys, all these entities, these demons, are looking at this woman here, in which Marcus Rogers is puckering up his lips to give her a kiss. So I'm going to put in a few more eyeballs. Okay, you see this one here? It looks like a little pig almost. And he is looking at her as well, this one and this one. They're all looking at her as if she's some special goddess of some sort. But I just call her Ishtar because I'm not exactly sure who she is. But once again, look at Marcus Rogers' lips. He is ready to give this woman a kiss. Okay, I'm going to drop in a few more eyeballs. Okay, you guys, you see this skull-looking demon here? You can see his right eye, left eye, his nose, and his mouth area right here. You see that? You can actually see his teeth up here. I actually see the teeth. and he is blowing out of his mouth all of this demonicness, all of it. He is blowing out of his mouth like smoke, and he's creating this heavenly demonic place. This is, you can see the skull thing right here. Okay, I'm dropping a few more eyeballs. Okay, here's another demon up here. You can see the black eye sockets here, and I just dropped the pupils right into the black eye socket. So that's the left eye and the right eye. You can see that clear as day, people. Okay, and then I put 2 eyeballs here because this is representing Baal. So if you notice that you can see the profile of the face, and you see how it comes to a point and it comes back down, this right here, you guys, represents Baal. And Baal sits at the top of Marcus Rogers' head, because this is showing you that this is the chief spirit. This is the strong man in Marcus Rogers, Baal. And once again, you can see the all-seeing eye of Satan right here. You see that? That eye there, that represents the all-seeing eye of Satan. So the all-seeing eye of Satan and Baal are one. Like I said before, it's, Baal and the Baphomet are nothing more than representation of Satan. So right at the forefront of Marcus's head is the all-seeing eye of Satan. And then you have Baal right here at the top of his head, which represents the strong man in Marcus's life. So let's put in a few more eyeballs. Okay, you can see this demon here, the black eye socket. So I just dropped in 2 white dots to bring that out. And I put these in because, let me go back. Okay, you can see the right eye here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop in 2 eyeballs here to bring out this demonic face here. Okay, so you can see obviously the left and the right eye. You can see the nose and you can see the mouth. You can see his little raggedy ear over here. So this is another demonic entity just sitting up here in heavenly places with Marcus Rogers. And also you can see here, I put these 2 dots here, so you can see this demon here. This is just, there are even more demons here on this picture here, but I just put these in to bring out some of the demonic. But Marcus Rogers is just standing in the midst of pure demonicness. He is just standing in the midst of pure demons. And he has to do this because he has signed on for this. You know, he wants riches and fame, and he wants to be known, and he wants to be like, you know, he's the man. So he signed on with the Illuminati, the powers that be, and this is what he has to do. They are basically prostituting him out because this is a part of the program. You know, this is what he signed up for. So anyway, this is what Marcus Rogers signed up for, and so he's in the midst of all these different demons, and he's in between the legs of this rabbit, and he's puckering up his lips to kiss this demonic deity. I believe her name is Ishtar, but it could be another goddess of some sort, demonic goddess of some sort, and he's ready to give her a kiss. And all these other demonic spirits are, these 3 here are just looking at her as if she's somebody really special, and Marcus is ready to give her a kiss. So this is what is on this album cover. All this is here on a subliminal is on a subliminal platform. It's not like where you can see it consciously, but this is a subliminal image. And all of this stuff here, people, you caught in your subconscious mind. You might not have caught it in your conscious mind to look at it directly. You're catching some of it now because I'm bringing it out to you. But subconsciously, you caught all of this immediately. Your brain is so wonderfully made that it can decipher this instantly. That's just how your brain is made. And that's why Satan targets the subconscious mind, so he can put in it what he wants. So all of this demonicness, all of these demons are put into your subconscious mind because that is what the powers that be, the Illuminati, want you to be affected by this. And Marcus Rogers is making it happen for you guys. Marcus Rogers lives in a world of the demonic. Wake up, people, to Marcus Rogers. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers is in his kind of company, the demonic. Do you see the subliminal image of the Baphomet? You can see the star that sit in the forehead of the Baphomet. I will place 2 white dots, 4 eyes, over the already existing eyes of the Baphomet. Okay, you guys, right here, this is a tree trunk here. It's like a dead tree or some sort, but it's the trunk of a tree here. But you can see these round circles which represent the eye sockets right here. So I just placed 2 little white dots which represents the pupil. And you can see this formation of a star that is being drawn here. They don't make it exactly like the star here, or else it would not be a subliminal image. They want to hit your subconscious mind with this. But your subconscious mind see this, okay? So this, you can see the star formating here, and this star represents the star that sits center in the Baphomet's forehead. And then this area up here represents the fire that the Baphomet has, and this black area here, the outline part here, represents the container, okay? So the container represents this dark area here, and the container houses the fire of the Baphomet. So this little bright area here represents the fire of the Baphomet. And so that's why you have this little star area here, which represents the star that's in the forehead of the Baphomet. And then this dark area here that lines the brighter area on the inside represents the container of the Baphomet. And then this bright area here represents the fire, okay? Marcus Rogers is dedicated to the Baphomet. The Baphomet is the fire in Marcus Rogers' church. Okay, people, and once again, Marcus Rogers' church is called Firehouse. And I want you guys to pay attention once again to this image here. He goes straight up, and it slopes down, and it comes down this way. Okay, so this image here, people, when it goes straight up, slopes down, and it comes back down, this is the container, okay? This is what this thing is right here, okay? This is the container of the Baphomet, and the container houses the fire. And this is why you see the fire here. You see this up here, people? Just gotta look. I'm breaking this down for you guys. This is the fire. Okay, you see this fire coming out of the container? This is why Marcus Rogers has this fire right here coming out of this container. That's what this represents. And then you see these two lines that come to a sharp point on both ends, the right and left side. You see that? That represents the horns of the Baphomet. So this right here, people, just needs to be broken down and brought to your conscious mind. So it's right here. So when Marcus says, through the fire to be on fire, he's talking about the Baphomet. It's through the Baphomet is he on fire. And that's where he got the name of his church, Firehouse. Firehouse just means the container that housed the fire, the container that housed the fire of the Baphomet. Firehouse. So firehouse is just a container that housed the fire of the Baphomet. I would darken the picture some to bring out the demonic even more. Marcus sits in a wooded area with the demonic. Over his left shoulder is a perched demon that looks a lot like this image here. I will place 2 black dots for eyes over the already existing eyes for more clarity. Okay, people, you can see this little demon right here, his little ear, his face right here, and he's got his little head tilted, leaning into Marcus Rogers' head, and you can see his left ear right here, and he looks a lot like this little thing here. Okay, he looks a lot like this little thing here, and he is sitting here, and you see this little spike going straight up, and you see this little clouded area up here. This represents the fire of the Baphomet. So this is another subliminal image of the Baphomet. The Baphomet always has a container, and he has his fire at the top. So you see his left and right eye that I popped in, but prior to that, you can see that there are black dots there for his eyes that were there prior to me putting on these black dots here. So you can see this little demonic face right here, and it's sitting here right before you guys, and they put it in such a way so that you do not see it clearly, but with your subconscious mind, you pick this up immediately. You pick it up instantly. So this is little demon sitting here perched next to him on his shoulder that looks a lot like this one. Okay? And to the right of Marcus is a subliminal image of a black wolf speaking into his ear. I will place a red dot for the eye for more clarity. Okay, so there you see this subliminal image of a wolf here, and you can actually see his little teeth that are kind of pointing outward right here. So this is a subliminal image of a wolf that is speaking into Marcus Rogers' ear as he supposedly is reading the Bible. This is the source of where Marcus gets all of his ridiculous analogies from. The demonic. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Here in Marcus Rogers' video, Show Me Your True Colors, Marcus shows you his true colors and throws up the Baphomet horns. Okay, people, anytime you see this hand gesture here, these fingers that are pointing up and these 2 fingers that are bent down, these 2 fingers represent the Baphomet horns. That's what this is saying. Okay, so you see this finger is up, this finger's up, these 2 are down, this finger is up, this finger is up, and these 2 are down. He is giving reverence and honor to the Baphomet. Marcus Rogers shows the fire of the Baphomet on top of his head. White cloud-like image represents the fire on top of the Baphomet. So you guys see this cloudy area right here? They placed this right on top of Marcus Rogers' head because this is a subliminal image of the fire of the Baphomet. And he is one with the Baphomet, so he has to represent. So they placed that on top of his head because he is a Baphomet boy. This boy is a straight out devil. Marcus Rogers, you are under the radar of the Most High, and you are exposed. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers has a pretty little wife. Not sure where she fits in all this demonicness. I only know that this is Marcus Rogers' third or fourth time around in marriage. One word: adulterer. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. The demonic is peeping out as Marcus Rogers proclaims his love. I have enlarged picture and will drop in 2 white dots over the already existing eyes to see peeping Satan more clearly. So you guys, this is the original picture right here, and you can see these 2 eyeballs, the right eye and the left eye. You can see the white of the eye here, and this black dot is the pupil. Once again, you see the white of the eye here, and this black dot to the left eye is a pupil. So you see this demonic entity peeping out throughout the clouds here. You see that? So I enlarged the picture here, and I dropped in 2 white dots for point of contact here. You can see the white of the eye here, and this black ball represents the pupil. I just put a dot here as a point of contact, and you see the white here, which represents the white of the eye, and you see this black ball here that represents the black ball that represents the pupil. And once again, I put this white dot here to bring out clarification, to bring out the left eye of Satan. So you can see this right eye, and you can see this left eye, and this demonic entity is peeping. You can see him here. He is peeping through the clouds, and he is listening to Marcus Rogers proclaim his love. The pyramid is present, letting you know it's Satan who is peeping out of the clouds for his praise. The Bible says Satan is the prince of the power of the air. So when Marcus Rogers says no greater love, he is speaking of the prince of the power of the air, Satan. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Once again, Marcus Rogers is showing you his allegiance to the Baphomet. There are 3 demons located on the beard of Marcus. I will circle the demons. I have added white dots for eyes and enlarged the 3 demons for better visibility. There is also the Baphomet with his left black horn. You can see his black eye and eye socket. Okay, people, here is the left horn of the Baphomet. You see that? And then you can see his face forming here on the side. You can see the black eye socket. You can even see the eyebrow bone up here. And you can see the black pupil. So you can see that black eye socket here, people. If you just look, you can see this. And the black pupil. So I want you to notice how on this side of Marcus's face, you can clearly see his beard, the hairs of his beard. But on this side, it is a smooth surface here. And that is because the Illuminati, the powers that be, are making a subliminal image of the left horn of the Baphomet. Once again, you can see that black eye socket and the black pupil right there. I will place an eyeball over the already existing eyeball for better visibility. Okay, so I'm going to drop an eyeball into this black eye socket. And once again, there's a black pupil right here. So I'm just going to drop an eyeball right over into this eye socket for better visibility. There you go. So you can see the Baphomet come to even more view. And once again, you can see the eyebrow bone up here. And once again, you can see the left black horn, just like you see this horn on the Baphomet. This is in representation of the Baphomet's horn here. Okay, people? Once again, this is a subliminal image. I will also add a mouth to the Baphomet for better visibility. So I'm going to drop in a mouth here to bring out the Baphomet. There you go. Notice that Marcus Rogers has slit pupils like a snake for eyes. And so you guys can see that he doesn't have a round pupil, but his pupils are like a snake eye. They're going straight up and down. It isn't round like most people's pupils are, or at least they should be. But Marcus Rogers have these slit snake eye pupils. Okay, and this is done on purpose because the powers that be want you to know what he is. He's a devil. This is the window to his soul. So look into the window and see this devil. People, this boy is showing you who he is. Please believe him. A devil. Marcus Rogers is one with the fire of the Baphomet. That is why he says, through the fire to be on fire. The lamb for Snake Eyes, Marcus Rogers, is the Baphomet. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. Marcus Rogers loved him some Baphomet. People, keep your eyes on this image here. It is posted on Marcus's refrigerator because Marcus and the Illuminati wants to implant this image into your subconscious mind. I have enlarged and darkened image to get a good look at the demonic. Notice the white demonic looking goat with horns. So you guys see this demonic looking goat, and he has his horns here. This is his right horn and his left horn. You see that? White demonic looking goat. I will place 2 white dots over the eyes. There you go. For greater clarity. Notice also the red-faced demon. He is conversing with the demonic-looking white goat. The white demonic-looking goat with horns represents the Baphomet. The red-faced demon with horns represents Satan. Marcus Rogers even wears a red t-shirt to match his master Satan. Do know that the Baphomet is nothing more than a representation of Satan. But it don't stop here. Marcus Rogers puts his allegiance to the Baphomet, aka Satan, skin deep. Notice the tattoo star front and centered on Marcus Rogers' chest. It is there giving honor and glory to the star that is front and centered on the Baphomet's forehead. Marcus Rogers is so down with the Baphomet, aka Satan, that he cuts into his chest the star of the Baphomet in his flesh. Marcus Rogers proudly wears Satan's mark in his flesh, the Baphomet star. And for this he will be judged by the Most High. People, Yeshua has said, take heed that no man deceive you. And this would include Marcus Rogers. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. This image is a diamond shape. The same diamond shape that Jay-Z is throwing up. But actually, this does not represent a diamond, but a pyramid. And the pyramid is associated with the Illuminati and Satan. The young man's arms behind Marcus Rogers acts as the horns of wicked Marcus Rogers. Notice the black-faced demon whispering into the ear of Marcus Rogers. You can see his eye, nose, and mouth area. So people, if you look very carefully, you can see his eye. You can even see his eyebrow on top. But they have placed very slight, faintly, but you can see it. The eyebrow, you can see the eyes, you can see the point of his nose and his little mouth area. Okay, so you can see that. I will put a white dot over the already existing eye on demon. There you go. And you can actually see that profile of that demonic black deity that's whispering into the ear of Marcus Rogers. Marcus Rogers keeps dark company. Wake up to devil Marcus Rogers. Again, breakdown of subliminal image. This is a subliminal image of the Baphomet, found in Marcus Rogers' video called Waves of Mercy. I will add 2 eyeballs and the fire of the Baphomet. And before I do that, people, I just want to bring to your attention the 2 eyeballs I'm going to place here. You can see the actual right eyeball right here. You can see the white of the eye, and you can see the black dot pupil here. And this is the right eye, and over here is the left eye. And so I'm going to drop 2 pupils in the face of the Baphomet and also the fire. There you go, the Baphomet, a subliminal image of the Baphomet. This subliminal image of the Baphomet is morphed onto the rock right next to Marcus Rogers in the video. And the subliminal image of the Baphomet is shown several times throughout the video. Marcus sings, I thank God I'm saved, I thank God I'm saved, I thank God I'm saved. Now you know what God he is talking about. The Baphomet. This subliminal image of the Baphomet is repeated in Marcus Rogers' video because the powers that be want you to receive the Baphomet as your God too. Remember, people, this is a demonic spiritual attack on your subconscious mind. And Satan is using Marcus Rogers to make it happen. Remember, people, it does not matter if the narrative is right or wrong, true or false, bad or good. Once in your subconscious mind, it will receive it as truth. But you are not looking at the subliminal image with your subconscious mind, but you are looking at it with your conscious mind. Right now, you consciously see what is before you. The Baphomet, aka Satan. Just look at what is wanting to penetrate your subconscious mind. The Baphomet. People, I can go on and on the subliminal images that exposes Marcus Rogers as a big-time devil. But for the sake of time, I will stop here. In my closing, I wanted to say, most people do not know what deception really looks like. Deception is not something that you see, but something that you do not see. If Satan deceiveth the whole world and the very elect, if it were possible, but it is not possible, he is also able to deceive you with the greatest of ease. Satan looks like an angel. He can be quite magical, and his ministers are highly loved and revered by multitudes. So he that have an ear to hear, let him listen and take heed. Hundreds of millions are spent on subliminal images each and every year because they know it works. Jesus said whatever is done in the dark will come to light. The powers that be, the Illuminati, have an obligatory command to obey the Most High's word. So they obey by bringing their dark deeds to light by the use of subliminal images. So he that hath an ear to hear, let him listen and take heed. But for the record, the video is not for the people, but for Marcus Rogers. I don't have to convince him of who he is, a devil. Marcus Rogers already know what team he plays on, and it is not the Most High's. It is the people who do not know, and I thank God my job is not to convince people, but to give Marcus Rogers a message from the Most High. Last but not least, YouTube has this famous habit of blurring and fogging over my images. YouTube too is a part of the Baal system, so they definitely watch after club members. I have done many videos in the past showing ungodly subliminal images on people that are supposedly Christians, and YouTube puts this foggy film over the images so that the public cannot see. So I hope that this video is not attacked by YouTube to blind you guys from the truth. But even if they do blur out the subliminal images, Marcus Rogers has been notified and the message delivered. He knows who he is and what he does. Repent, Marcus Rogers, before it is too late. Riches and fame last 20 or 30 years if you're lucky, but hell is eternity. Yeshua loves you. Be blessed.